It was a quiet Thursday afternoon on 6th May 2010. You could be a floor trader in Chicago, an analyst in New York, or just an ordinary person checking their pension pot on their lunch break. The stock market, the massive digital engine that powers the world economy, was running smoothly as usual. Then, at precisely 2:42 p.m. Eastern Time, the impossible happens. It doesn't just dip, slide, or pull back. It plunges. It falls off a financial cliff. In just 5 minutes, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the benchmark of American capitalism, loses almost 1,000 points. That's almost 9% of its value. Nearly $1 trillion in wealth simply vanishing into thin air. For those watching, it was total chaos. Major stocks that never moved by more than $1 in a day were trading for pennies. Procter Gamble, a stable giant, dropped 37% in seconds. Accenture briefly traded at $0. The system wasn't malfunctioning. It was experiencing a financial seizure. Everything you thought you knew about market stability and human control was instantly shattered. The terrifyingly simple question on everyone's mind was, who is in charge? This wasn't caused by a terrorist attack, a major bank failure, or sudden news event. This was the 2010 flash crash. The moment we realized that the algorithms and high-speed trading machines running our markets could be just as chaotic and dangerous as the people they replaced. To understand the flash crash, it is essential to grasp the concept of high-frequency trading, HFT. In the early 2000s, human traders were replaced by algorithms that could execute trades in milliseconds. These algorithms use fiber optic lines and complex models to enter and exit positions quickly, generating small profits on a large scale. By 2010, HFT accounted for over half of all U.S. stock market volume. The goal was speed, and the result was fragility. On that fateful day, the conditions were ripe for disaster. First, a large legitimate seller entered the market to sell a substantial quantity of E-mini S&P 500 futures contracts. These contracts are a primary means by which algorithms hedge or speculate on the overall market. This transaction was enormous. A single firm was selling over 75,000 contracts, but it had been designed to be executed slowly by an algorithm known as an aggressive dummy order, which simply chased the lowest bid price, regardless of the price itself. When this substantial sell order hit the market, the HFT algorithms reacted as programmed. They detected selling pressure and withdrew their liquidity. Their models told them to exit immediately to avoid losses. The bids that usually kept the market stable suddenly vanished. The market became a digital desert. This sudden vacuum was exacerbated by a hidden manipulator. Meet Navinder Singh Sarao, a 31-year-old day trader who operated alone from his parents' house near London's Heathrow Airport. Sarao was a master of spoofing. Spoofing involves placing enormous orders that are then cancelled shortly afterwards, creating the illusion of significant demand or supply. This creates the illusion of significant demand or supply, tricking the HFT algorithms into reacting. On 6th May, Sarao was running his programs. Essentially, he was yelling, "I want to sell millions of contracts," into the digital void, spooking the HFT systems, and then canceling the orders before anyone could buy them. When the legitimate sell order for 75,000 contracts hit the market, it combined with Sarao's manipulative phantom selling pressure. It was akin to dropping a massive boulder into a completely dry riverbed. Unable to find genuine bids because they had pulled their own, the HFT systems panicked when they saw the massive phantom selling. They triggered cascading sell orders based on each other's fear. An algorithm that saw its neighbor selling at high speed decided to sell even faster. This self-reinforcing high-speed feedback loop sent prices into freefall. The market ceased to be a place where humans traded value and became a self-fulfilling prophecy of fear, dictated by silicon chips. The system was saved only by the most archaic mechanism, circuit breakers. After 36 minutes of financial panic, the NYSE and other exchanges were forced to pause trading in individual stocks that had dropped by more than 10% within a 5-minute period. This was the only way to inject some sanity back into the automated market. Once the machines were silenced, the price magically recovered. The $1 trillion that had been lost was restored almost as quickly as it had disappeared. The aftermath was profound. The government spent 5 years investigating the cause. eventually identifying the large selling order and Sarao's role. Sarao was extradited to the US, where he pleaded guilty to wire fraud and spoofing, becoming the symbolic face of the crash. This event led to the introduction of new, more rigid, single-stock circuit breakers designed to prevent a recurrence. The flash crash was the ultimate warning shot. It showed us that we have built a financial system that is fundamentally too fast for human comprehension. It is a system in which one small trader in a London suburb can either intentionally or unintentionally combine with the fear coded into sophisticated algorithms to bring the world's largest market to its knees in less time than it takes to brew a cup of coffee. The machines now run the show, and for 36 terrifying minutes they demonstrated what would happen if they were to crash the system.